Wow. All right, let's take a look at what we are talking about on this Friday. It's the weekend, but we are looking at a snow story. Yes. So the Great Lakes, you might see sun conditions today, sunny skies, but then you'll be getting changing conditions, especially if you're up north. Lake Simcoe, for example. You're going to look over that lake and you're probably going to see snow squalls. A blustery weekend ahead and a few flakes for us here at home in Toronto. There's our current temperature sitting at around 2, and it feels like close to minus 15, minus 18 in the prairies. Very, very cold air. Let's take a look here at our snow squall watches that are in place. Yes, we do have widespread action in cottage country. So here's what's going on. Southwest winds are bringing in lake effect snow through areas like cottage country and through Sudbury, Timmins, Sault Ste. Marie. All that snow that you just saw move in the bottom of my screen is due to the next system that's moving in. So we have the lake effects winds southwesterly for now. And then the system will move in, and then the winds will shift around westerly next, so snow squalls for Sunday. It's the weekend, it is a Friday, and we want to give you a heads up because if you're making your way up to cottage country, you could see some dangerous conditions driving-wise. We are looking at snow squalls today, then a system that moves in tonight into tomorrow, and then more snow squalls behind that system Sunday. So probably our first real big blast of wintry weather, and we're already seeing it on the radar. That's the blue. Winds out of the southwest ushering in cold air aloft over warm lake waters means snow squalls in the areas like Sudbury, 20 to 30 centimeters possible there. For cottage country, not looking at quite that amount, but we are looking at snow today, potentially snow tomorrow in the way of system snow, and then squalls again on Sunday. So let's show you how things play out here. We have this lake effect snow setup. 850 millibars is about 1.5 kilometers above the surface. If that temperature and the lake temperature is the difference, is it's 13-degree difference, then we get lake effect snow. But on top of that, we're watching this system that'll start in Windsor tonight, overnight. Should be all rain for the GTA, maybe a few stray flurries through those snow squalls on Sunday. Here's Share Your Weather. Nice to have you along. It's Share Your Weather time, and keep the photos coming, especially this weekend as we get into probably the first significant snowfall of the season. Pretty well widespread, except areas like Port Stanley. Haley, thanks a lot for sending that in. Port Stanley, because of the lake and because of where you are with the storm, you're probably going to be mixing out with some rain mostly, whereas the snow will be up in cottage country. But Haley, it's time for your personalized forecast. 5 degrees, sunny, really a nice day, so enjoy that. But as we mentioned, if you are on your way up to the cottage, be careful. We are looking at some snow squalls, so changing conditions from sunshine to very low visibility. Now it's time for a detailed look at that storm. Here's your local forecast. Well, if you've been watching, you know that we're in for winter weather north of Toronto this weekend. But Dr. Doug, there's a clipper on Monday, which actually could be the storm everybody's talking about in Toronto, maybe.
Yeah, the weekend system's bigger, it's stronger, but it's mostly rain in the GTA. Right. So keep an eye on that. After that, we do have a warming trend next week. So if you want to put up Christmas lights and haven't done it yet, I know you have.
I have.
Wait till later next week.
Okay.
And then another cool down arrives for the following weekend.
By the way, I want to mention November 30th, 9 p.m., Dr. Doug, Chris Scott, and Chris Sinclair will release the the winter forecast, November 30th. All right. Raw easterly wind. Let's recap the weekend.
Yeah, so we do have some light, wet snow that moves in, but that will change over to mostly rain as we go through the afternoon and evening on Saturday.
Sure.
And really gusty winds now. We do see a little bit of wet snow Saturday night, but look how mild temperatures are on Saturday. That's not going to feel nice, but that's certainly going to prevent any accumulation of snow.
Right.
Colder on Sunday. Winds gusting to 60 kilometers per hour, and while we're just looking for flurries in the GTA, you head up towards ski country, narrow bands of lake effect snow certainly having a significant impact on travel.
Definitely. Okay, and then if we there we go, you can see that playing out. You can see those bands of snow. You know, Monday, blustery periods of snow. This is that next system.
Yeah, so the timing will be key, and again, we're just looking at the potential for 1 to 2 centimeters of snow. But if that happens in the middle of the afternoon, it certainly will impact travel. Temperatures just a couple degrees above freezing, but take a look at the warming trend. We're going to be approaching double digits by the end of the week. But then as we look off to the northwest, we do see some Arctic air lurking not far off, and that's headed here for the following weekend.
Thank you, Doug. There you go. Thanks a lot, Rachel, for that report. I'm meteorologist Jaclyn Whittal. Let's get into our first significant snowstorm. Yes. It's been a while, hasn't it? Snow squalls really haven't been a big thing this season, and Really, we have, little to no snow anywhere really in Ontario, but that's going to change. So let's get into it. Snow squall watches, special weather statements in place. You can see for the Grey Highlands, Cottage Country. Today, what we have going on is a southwest wind running over some very warm waters, meets snow squalls for areas like Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, Superior, really going to be getting quite a bit. And then even north of Huntsville, so Berks Falls. And then we're waiting for this next system. So we see easterly winds right around the top side of the low first. Windsor will get into it late this evening. I've paused it here late in the evening. And then again, you can see widespread snow through Cottage Country, but all rain. I think the model is overdoing this rain right now, so I don't think we're going to see rain like on the Huron shores, but the point is there's a lot of warm air in this section of the storm. However, winds will ramp up behind the system coming out of the northwest, and then that's when we're going to get some snow squalls again meandering about. So Cottage Country by Sunday, if you're making your way back from the cottage, make sure you take it easy out there. Some of the snow amounts don't look all that impressive quite yet because the models sometimes have trouble with isolating snow squalls, but changing conditions. Now your locals to talk about it more.